That's not fair. It's already started. I have just 7 minutes, and I try to push 20 years of work together in these 6.5 minutes. And I want to show you, according to trends, a very personal approach relating to the work I have been doing. What are trends? Trends are driven by vision and innovation, basically. I picked out 4 mega trends that are related somehow to my work: energy, demographic change, environmental awareness, and individualism. Things that always come together when we work. This is my office, and actually the place where I live as well. I was lucky to choose the place. I tried to make a place which has geothermal heating, which has solar energy, low water consumption, and it's made out of wood as well, although it doesn't look like that. And just to give an impression. And what is also important for trends are always driven by technology. I will show some products that are driven by technology. For example, this is an office lamp I did for an Austrian company, quite a big company that is super flat, and it was the first super flat LED lamp used in office. And then after that, these LEDs, they really introduced into the market. This is a kitchen I did for an Austrian company as well, which is always working with solid wood. But this was the first kitchen making a tabletop that is height adjustable, and which makes a lot of sense for, imagine, a woman 1.60 m, a man 1.90 m. The kitchen is always a compromise. So now there are also other functions, but I don't have time for explaining that. Or this, I invented as well for this kitchen, the first automatic drawer with touch mechanism, together with this fitting company called Bloom. Another thing, since I have kids, you somehow think about them, and I tried to develop a nice children chair that is unfoldable within 1 second, and it turned to be out the perfect chair for restaurants or even grandparents who have this chair just for 1 hour in a week when they have their grandkids at home. However, I didn't say it. Something else that is very important to design when you design chairs, and that's something the human being really doesn't change. So this is a super conservative chair for a super conservative company, but I introduced an innovation and I made a spring in the back. 15 years ago, it was the newest thing that you could do, and it was the best seller for about 15 years. Good for my royalties as well. And other comfortable chairs I did, you know this company Tone, for example. I did a super comfortable sofa for RIM, who's also taking part in this as a sponsor. You will find them in the back. But this sofa has a whole family. It will develop, and all the social and communication zones to be reflecting that. And another conference chair I did for him. This will be launched in half a year, I suppose, or between 3 months and half a year. We're doing a launch chair with some other innovative details. And talking about demographic change, I did already 10 years ago a whole system for elderly people that it's also a complete different look at a chair for people who are older than 65. They have complete different approach and looking at things and personal problems and how to get up, how to clean it, and so on. Or, for example, this product is nobody really knows, but you think it's a sport product, but it's a sport product for people who have Parkinson's disease, to get rid of this stigma of people who have that disease, to use a product like that. Something I also deal in my office, which is also, it's not a trend, but it's something that I have to deal in my office. It's creating accessories for fashion companies like Hugo Boss, Cerruti, Ungaro, and so on. I want to point out probably this product. Everybody knows that the TVs, they got smaller and thinner and thinner and thinner, but nobody reflected that on the way how you present it. They just put it on the cabinet. And this was the first TV stand that reflected really the thickness of the TV. And that's why LG jumped into development of that product and sells it on their web page as well. Colors, I just go through very quickly. I mean, this is something you have to observe as a designer always. It's more not a trend, but it's always something to do with a wave. Some colors come, some colors go. And I did work 17 years actually to work for Bene. All the products that you see I've done as well. But this has to do with color and the whole color system. Well, I skipped that. But something that is very important, people buy emotion. If you look at cars, they have all the same functionalities, but the decision of the buy is about emotion. And that's, for example, a very emotional place. That's the football stadium in Munich, the Bayern München. Only the VIP area, 3,500 chairs, was a very emotional place. A complete management system was the first one completely made of aluminum and to furnish the MI6. And and as you know, everybody, James Bond stands for technology, for future, for science, and for coolness. So, but last but not least, the message of this speech is a little film I want to show. Can you start it, please? And this has to do with innovation, with vision, and most of it with courage. You see a rabbit, it's going to be attacked by the snake, and what you think, the rabbit is going to die. But the new thing about this, and the innovation about it, well, can you please, the last, the message of the speech, that would be great. Well, it turns out that the rabbit hunts the snake. And this is the message that I want to give, that the snake that hunts the rabbit takes some courage to make new products. Thank you very much.